So we're back.
Hello.
Happy Easter. Good afternoon. You find us in the deepest parts of Thetford Forest, and the deepest parts you would have seen from the video. We did take Freddie off-roading. We did test the rigidity of my furniture construction. It seemed to hold up quite all right, didn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing opened, nothing closed, nothing broke. So over the winter we've done a few small modifications. You might be able to see that one behind me, the Fiat 45 pull out or wind out awning. So I've put that on and fixed it onto the roof rack, and I'll give you a quick show of how we did that. We've removed the table from inside the van. That was fixed, so now we've done it so we can put it up and down as we see fit. That was because of all our camera gear. It just allowed us to put some of the bags and that in between the seats without the table leg getting in the way. On the back we've got a storage container for our chopped firewood and charcoal, so it doesn't have to be inside the van for the times that we're on the road. And I used an old mortar round ammo box for that, so I'll show you that as well. And last but not least, I made myself a jerry can chimney stroke barbecue over the winter as well, so we'll get that out. We've got some sausages and we'll cook them up.
Oh, we've also changed the headrest.
Oh yeah, we've changed the headrest to give us another inch and a half in bed, because everybody needs an extra inch and a half in bed. Sorry about that, YouTube. What else have we done? Oh, Claire's put some bunting up. Claire's got some bunting up.
Oh, we've got some new pillows.
And we've got some more pillows, new pillows. New or more? New pillows.
New pillows. We've
we'll
changed the pillows.
Let's have a quick look inside first, and then.
So, changed the headboard. Tony's taken what was the headboard out and replaced it with this the backing there. That's given us this extra inch and a half he was talking about. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah. Tony's quite tall, so he needed the extra inch and a half to be able to stretch out. And the pillows we found are actually these ones. So they are down-filled pillows, lovely and comfortable, but not quite as wide as the ones you'd normally get on your bed. So again, that allows you to lie further up the bed, giving you a bit more leg space. And of course the bunting. Little bit girlified.
So the headboard that we had was a foam packed headboard, and so it's only about an inch and a half. But what we've put on the back wall is some PVC cladding, much like we've used down there, and what we used to make the kitchen cabinet out of. So yeah, there you go.
Your shelf.
Oh yeah, we've got a little shelf.
Don't forget, got a little shelf now.
So not wanting to carry our firewood and barbecue charcoal inside the van, I've adapted an old mortar tube ammo box, and all our firewood is now inside there. So when we have a barbecue, we just take our stock from in there. And I put a little shovel on the side, which is anchored in place so no one can steal it. We'll take the opportunity to answer again some of your questions that we commonly get. One of those questions is, how do we plan our adventures? Well, the truth is we don't. So what we tend to do is, when we get to our destination in the evening, we'll obviously stop, ready to kip down for the night. Whilst Claire's reading a book or something, I'll drop onto Google Maps. And in Google Maps, along the top bar, has got places of interest and quite a few different, attractions, theme parks, viewpoints, things like that. So I'll just pop onto there, and I'll look to what's around our immediate area, and also look to see what's along the route that we've chosen. So that's how we find stuff. But also the other side of it is being photographers. When it comes to landscapes and things like that, obviously we've got plenty of books and literature on some of these locations, and we do use them books quite frequently for the photography side of things. So definitely for Scotland, we use them books, and that will help us define our route. When we go to France or when we went to Norway, that was all, let's just have a look what's around here. Let's look for a place or a point of interest and just drive to it. Some of the famous landmarks, obviously, we knew about. So Pulpit Rock, as an example, in Norway, we knew we wanted to go there. So yeah, that's what we do. No set plans. So what you need to modify or make a curtain rail similar to what we've used here is the flexible curtain rail. You can get that off of many places, Amazon, eBay. I've just happened to bring a piece with me to show you what you're after, and it's like an I-beam. So the curtain track itself is flexible, really easy to manipulate, up and down, round and round. The hardest part to do is to manipulate it up and around, obviously going against the I-beam. So the way you do that is you can warm it up slightly with a hot air gun and it will still move and you can still be able to manipulate it. Just take your time. On a Peugeot Boxer, Ducato and Citroen Relay, you don't need to. You just use the little brackets that I'll show you in a minute, and the only way you're manipulating it is in the bend. Really, really easy. So the other thing you need is the curtain rail must be supported by brackets that look like this, just like that. So you fix the bracket or the rail. Once the bracket's up, you fix onto the rail like so. So now you can pin your curtain rail suspended at a right angle. And what you can also get in many DIY shops are these little brackets, fixing brackets. So you'll need them, and all you do is you rivet, and the reason why you rivet is so you can get a close profile. So you rivet that onto the bracket like so. You'll need to drill out these holes here to 6mm, I think. Using the fixings in the van, you can then pin your right angled curtain rail up. So you can see, you should be able to see the bracket there, riveted onto the plate, and that plate, slightly bend it so it goes up. You remove your grab handles, and then from removing your grab handles you drill out your hole to 6mm, and you pick up your grab handle bolt fixing through the metal plate into your curtain rail hanger. That's the same there, so there's two there. Now the only issue you may find is that you lose a little bit of functionality out your sun visor, so it won't come right down and lay flat up against the windscreen. But you can still use them, they still come down, but you just lose that little bit of functionality. But again, you've used the same bolt holes that are used for the visor. And this is a quite soft foam board. Obviously on this one, if you look underneath there, you'll see that I've just added a very small screw. That additional screw just helps a little bit more with the strength, but you don't really need it. So you can see there, nice and easy, blocks out all the light, a nice dark out curtain as well. Like I said earlier, I haven't got a sewing machine and I'm not sitting there sewing curtains. All we used was that Wonder Web to hem the curtain, which worked really, really well. on the other side, because the curtain is now going to hang straight down, obviously you've got this big lump in the way, and at first all I did was tuck the curtain around the steering wheel, and then I thought, how about making a cutout for the steering wheel? So that's what I did. Again, wonder web's your friend here, folks. So don't know if you can see that already. What it means now is I pull this round, tuck the curtain down and tuck it over the steering wheel. Freddie's front windscreen curtains. Simple, effective, done. Why we named Freddie the van Freddie is when we went and picked him up from the van showroom, Claire podged the stereo on, and out come, blasting out through the stereo, come a crazy little thing called Love by
Queen.
So we both almost instantly looked at each other and went, Freddie.
Ready, Freddie.
So that's how Freddie got his name, and Hugo got his name because of the registration plate was HG0. There you go, that's why we named Freddie Freddie. So you've possibly seen on many adventures that we've also got a dividing curtain here, blocks out the cab. So again, the rail is underneath this whole piece of skirting board here, and we can pull these curtains across to divide the cab area off. And these are really thick, these are double curtains, don't know if you can see that in the corner there. So there's a curtain, and then a blackout blind behind, so that's really good. So we've got them ones there, and obviously that also helps with the vapour barrier. So what you're trying to do is stop condensation getting to the front window when you've got the heating on in the back here and it's cold outside. So by having loads of barriers, that helps your warm body or your warm air getting onto the windscreen. So we've just moved on from our last location because it was getting a bit noisy. There's a few scramblers and off-roaders going up and down the country path there. So we've come to another place that we know quite well. There's a big military training ground at the back there. So those of you that know the area know exactly where we are. So we're going to cook some sausages for dinner on our new barbecue stroke chimney, which you see just down there. So what that's made out of is 2 jerry cans that I cut the 2 sides from, and then welded the 2 halves together. So there you go. Offcuts from the van build. What should do to start. good thing about it is on the top here, it still gets really hot, so you can keep your food warm or even cook off there. Once the wood burns down and you're just left with the coals, then obviously you can throw your meat in, close the door and just smoke it, which is really, really nice. There you go, 2 jerry cans welded together. Curry mango.
Maybe not with my sausages.
What do you think, guys? I'm thinking.
Barbecue.
Now I'm thinking Tommy K and yellow mustard, English mustard. Time to get them off.
Don't drop it.
Bloody hell, I'll go for a run later. So one of the other additions that we made was putting the Fiat awning on, and that was a bit of a pain because I didn't want to mount it on the roof with brackets that screw in from the ceiling. Obviously it makes it really awkward now. We've kitted out the van to get to the underneath of them, and also wanted to, for me, I wanted to mount it on to the side of the roof rack. So I had to make my own brackets up. I used kitchen cabinet hangers to hold up behind the awning, and then I just extended brackets down from the top of the roof rack so that we could put the attach the awning, and I'll show you at the back. Let's just jump on the back here and you'll be able to see along at the brackets like to make and extend. There you go. So that was a bargain. That was for the awning, that's for sure. Only cost a lot more than what we paid. There's a couple of small rips, probably about 2 inches long, which I'll repair once we wind it out fully at another time. And there you go. And guess what's going on in there, folks?
Da, da, da. Claire's making a cup of tea.
So another thing I made just out of a couple of bits of old plywood. I don't know if you can see, there's a little groove now that runs along the top of the counter. And that's so when it is windy and we're facing into the when it's windy and we're facing into the wind. A couple of old bits of plywood that undo like that with a little hinge and a little decal, because we like our decals here at the Venture Van Freddie, and then that's just simply slots into there. Stops the wind trying to blow the gas out, boils the kettle quicker for a cup of tea.
Perfect.
Probably much like you guys, we haven't got any solid plans this year. We don't know what's going to happen with travel, especially travelling abroad, and I should imagine that if we're not allowed to travel abroad, the roads in the UK are going to be packed, and I don't blame you. You need to get out and about. It's good for the well-being and mental resilience. So we don't know where we're going to go yet. We don't know what we're going to be able to do, but we'll certainly get out and about. And not being selfish or unsociable, we'll try and find somewhere away from everyone, because it's going to be tourist heaven, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
How about Blackpool?
Oh.
So today was just a short video just to wish you all a happy Easter. Show you some of the little modifications we've done on the van. especially the curtain rail, which we get asked quite frequently about. So, not a very exciting video here in the middle of Thetford Forest, but we enough enjoy our sausage sandwiches, that's for sure.
It was very nice.
And that was the first time that the chimney stroke barbecue had been lit, so there you go, a little bit of a celebration for us there. We look forward to our proper adventures when they come up. Obviously April the 12th looking pretty good for us all to get back out on the road. So until then, thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll see you on the road
Soon.